Now, you probably wondered if I received the parts the way I usually sell them. Maybe not, but usually they come in this kind of shape with some residue or completely dirty, and I have to actually do a bit of a work to make them look as good as, well, they are listed. They're dirty, and they definitely do not look like, like this piece, which is already done. So usually I begin with checking if I could actually remove all this stuff. In this case, was there's a lot of residue, all those black dots which had to be removed. And in this case, I thought, yeah, okay, with water, with a bit of help, it can be removed, and you can see some reflection there, and another reflection there. So the next step was taking off the sticker. Usually it's a bit of a tricky process, but in this case it was pretty easy. It leaves some residue as well, some glue that has to be removed. And I use a glue remover. Well, obviously, this special chemical that is supposed to remove some glue. I put it on a towel and then I just rub it, and after some time, it's just completely off. So it's a normal, good surface. Yeah, now you just fold the towel, should look good, and put away. So as you can see, I'm using the cheapest possible polishing machine. And yeah, you may be wondering, hey Leo, you're selling those not so cheap, probably expensive parts for some of you. But in this case, I don't care because I'm just testing if I can remove all this kind of stuff, and I'm not polishing even there. I'm just cleaning it, cleaning from all the residue, all the dirty pieces, and you don't need much because, well, it basically works. You can see the reflection. Didn't put much of a work in there, and there's definitely a reflection, and there is a result. So if you have a result, why not? I guess. I'm just continuing putting some same effort in the rest of the wing, cleaning it off. Usually when you clean it like this, there are some imperfections that you haven't seen before, like scratches or small dents. There's so much imperfections on this wing that you can't actually see many of them. And when you remove all the residue or dirt from the wing, you can actually see all the imperfections you can't remove. Most annoying thing usually about polishing all those pieces is that they're all writings. These are storage writings or something like that. Usually the pink is the worst because it leaves a lot of kind of marks. You can't really remove it completely because it's just acid, pure acid. It leaves some marks in the clear coat, but in this case it was pretty good, thankfully. And the worst thing was probably the blue, the Forster mark. I was using polishing compound instead of buffing, so it took me a bit more time. There are some spots like brake light housing that I can't really get there with my cheap polishing pad, and just use some water and towel to get some of this dirt out. And yeah, it's not a place that you usually look at, so it doesn't require a lot of cleaning. And eventually, just buffing pad over it with a standard polishing. Not a much of a work there done. Is basically to restore some of the shiny part of this brake light. Just wipe it off, and that thing is pretty much done. There's some scratches, but they're not important, and that's a lot better than it was. There's a shine, there are no residue, and that wings actually transforms now. And once the cleaning is done, all I do is clean the buffing pad because it's actually nasty. So in this case, I just rinse it with some hot water. It actually helps a lot and it's pretty fast. And then I just dry it as much as I can with my bare hands. And then we go to my most favorite process. I put it on max speed and just turn it on. That's funny. And then I just use some pressure air to just get all the water out. And now that's pretty much the end of the process, the culmination. And I just use a standard polishing compound to remove the remains and make it as shiny as it's possible with this cheap polishing machine. And yeah, as you can see, the swing on the bottom was there as a comparison in the beginning of the video, and it's yellow. And the wing I have in my hands, well, it looks brand new actually, even though it has imperfections. It was in the worse shape originally than the one I'm comparing it with, and yeah, you can see it's really looking good. It's superb looking wing. And I can't even believe that 5 minutes ago this wing looked worse than this, and now it looks like this. Yeah, it has some scratches and a lot of imperfections actually, and it probably has to be repainted. But if you have a white car and you want to put it now and you don't really want to repaint it and you can live with those imperfections, yeah, go ahead. It's just buy it. So the wing is on the website currently, and there are all the imperfections shown there. So if you want to buy it, just buy it. You may as well consider 01G Platinum Silver Metallic wing that also has some imperfections and went through the same pretty much process of restoring paint as much as it was possible. It's also for sale. And just in case you were watching this video after a year, you may as well consider using a part search. You can put pretty much anything in there, adding your name, last name, country, because, well, I have to give you a shipping quote. I don't guarantee that I'm going to find all your parts, but in case you want something like this wing and you can't find it on my website, you may as well just put it in there and send me a request, and I will reply you shortly. Well, I hopefully going to do that. But that's all for now, and if you want to see something like this in the future, just hit that subscribe button. If you want to see something that you always wondered of, some like rare parts or how to detail this stuff and so on, just put a comment down below and you will see me in the next videos.